Do you know why?
You're saying there's going to be no controversy? If the Leafs lose 2-1, you're saying, Scrivens, you're in game 2?
Wouldn't you?
No.
So okay, fine.
If Reimer gets blown out 5-0, maybe it crosses my mind, but I'm still going to go back to Reimer. I'm not.
But Reimer hasn't played.
The thing with Reimer last year was he came back and he never had a real opportunity. It was him or Gustafsson. Oh, you played bad? Let's go to the other guy. Oh, you played bad? Let's go to the other guy. And that's what it was. When James Reimer was at his best, it was when he knew he was the man, when he knew he was getting starts, that's when he was the most consistent. You know that.
Do you think he's improved now? Do you think he's better now?
Hasn't improved anything.
Ever since that little punk Giunta hit him, he hasn't been.
You hate Giunta, eh?
Don't even get me started on Giunta. Okay, but when he hit him in the head last season, fifth game.
15:52 the second period.
They were 4-0. I think they were 4-0. Or was it the first game?
No, they were 3-0.
Was it the first game?
They were 3-0, and that game put them to 4-0 because they still won that game.
Yeah. Anyways, he hits him in the head. Not the same after that. Concussion issues, neck issues, whatever the hell Ron Wilson was saying. Who cares?
Whiplash, yeah.
I don't like Ron Wilson anyways. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is he going to return to form? Because if he doesn't, you have a goalie that's been lights out in the AHL, and you're bringing him up anyways.
I want to see what Scrivens can do.
I want to see what Scrivens can do too.
He played a bit last year. He showed flashes. He also showed flashes of being bad. I don't know if you remember the Boston game on Saturday night where I think they lit him up for like 6-7 goals.
Oh, yeah.
Boston ended up winning 8-0. Like
I tried
Scrivens
to
had no
block
chance.
that out of my mind before you decided
Sagan had a hat trick, I think.
Before you decided to remind me of it. Thank you.
So he showed flashes. He's done everything he can do at the AHL. You won't know what you have unless you play him. But I still think I don't want Luongo. They should go Reimer, Scrivens, see what they got. The only problem is Brian Burke's on the hot seat. If he doesn't show considerable improvement this year, he's probably gone. I think you'll agree with me there.
I think he should go to management and say, this is my plan. We're going to go see what happens this season. If, whatever, if we don't make the playoffs, they change the rules now. The 14 teams that don't make the playoffs have a chance at the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I find it interesting. I find it also unfair because...
It'll be like the NBA.
Yeah. And
NBA does that.
You can move down or up.
Yeah, if you have 1%. There's teams that have had 1% and they've won the lottery. I think Chicago did it to get Derrick Rose.
Yeah, and...
So...
Anyways, the point is that...
Could you imagine a team like, say, Carolina misses the playoffs and then they end up winning the lottery and taking Nathan McKinnon? And you got McKinnon, Stahl, and Stahl.
And Jeff Skinner.
And Jeff Skinner. Yeah, I forgot about Skinner, yeah. Cam Ward,
Cam Ward is amazing. Anyways, so, yeah, they don't make the playoffs, whatever. But his plan, he pitches to them, is that this UFA class and next year's UFA class is huge. If you look at the list, there are tons of players that could easily be coming to the Leafs and make the Leafs significantly better.
Now, very quickly, before we go, we saw your defense list, and Morgan Rielly was not on it.
Nope.
You're saying he will not make the team?
I'm saying that it is beneficial to him if he doesn't. I've been saying this for the last few shows.
If you heard Carlisle say... if he's good enough, he will. They're not going to get in his way.
He has no problem playing an 18-year-old. I get that.
So if he comes into camp and impresses, kind of like what Luke Shen did, and Jake Gardner did last year, do you think he makes the team?
It depends on
I think I'd rather have Morgan Rielly than Paul Ranger. No offense.
I see. It's tough because I love Morgan Rielly. I think he.
Could you imagine?
He models his game after Bobby Orr.
I'm going to play fantasy right now. Just could you imagine? Morgan Rielly and Dion Phaneuf. That's a pretty nice pairing.
Morgan Rielly is still very green. I don't think he's going to make the team. I don't.
No, that's fine. I just wanted.
And even let's just say he's lights out in training camp. Like he just impresses them.
Jake Gardner was lights out last year.
Jake Gardner was lights out in preseason, and
he was great all last year.
He was great from the beginning to the end. He was great,
and that was with a deeper defense core. They still had Luke Shen. They just brought in Cody Franzen. They brought in Lyles. They had Phaneuf. Gunnarsson steady. Komisarik's a bum, but he was there. So
Well, I mean,
Gardner did that with a deeper defense core. I don't know, Morgan Riley.
yeah, but Gardner's now part of the defense core. How will Gardner benefit with not Gardner. How will Riley benefit with Gardner there now?
It would be interesting to see the top two pairings with Gardner on one of them and Riley on the other, because that's the future of the Leafs there with the present and Dion Phaneuf, the captain. It'd be very intriguing to see. I think it would be fun to watch.
And then you got some good offense too. You got Lyles, who's like
they
he's
re-signed
older,
him,
but
yeah.
I love Lyles. I mean, he could easily be a forward. That's how good he is with the puck. Franzen, again, we were talking about Franzen. Gunnarsson is a good defenseman.
He's steady. I love Carl
he's
Gunnarsson.
never bad. He's never like extremely good or amazing. But he's the defenseman that you put on your third pairing or maybe even your second pairing if there's an injury, and you know that you don't have to worry about him. And that's like Do they re-sign Gunnarsson? Oh, well, they got to re-sign Gunnarsson. Who else have they got that's that dependable? No one. Even Lyles isn't that dependable. He gets injured, you're gone. You don't have Lyles anymore. But Gunnarsson, it seems like he's never injured ever. You know, and that's another thing with Paul Ranger I'm a little worried about. When he gets to, even if he makes the team, who cares? Whatever, he makes the team. He could get injured right away because even though he hasn't been playing the NHL for 3 years now. So he went to the AHL. Everyone's impressed because, whoa, how can you miss 3 years and play that well when you get into the AHL? It's because it's the AHL. Like, let's wait till he gets to the NHL and they bring him up, because they will bring him up. Whether he makes the opening night roster or not, he's going to be brought up because there's going to be injuries.
So, predictions. Do the Leafs make the playoffs?
Oh, that's tough. I'm going to say yes.
Yes. What seed?
8th.
8th?
8th at the worst.
And they're eliminated first round?
They have a good chance to make
8th at the worst. Wow.
fifth seed. They do. I know it sounds weird, but you have
you
no.
think
there are so many things that can happen.
You're going to clock Pittsburgh, Philly, Carolina, Rangers, Washington down.
Where were they last year?
Where was who?
All those teams you just mentioned.
Oh, some of them made it far. The Rangers
The Leafs
made
were
the
ahead
Final
of them.
Four.
All three of those teams you mentioned, they were ahead of them. They were ahead of Philly, New York, Pittsburgh. They were
Not
ahead.
for very long, but
It doesn't matter. That's all you need in a 48-game schedule. That's what I'm saying. You're asking me if they're going to make the playoffs. I'm telling you.
So who's going to give me your Stanley Cup prediction? Who makes it? Who wins?
Who makes it or who wins?
No, who makes it and who wins?
To the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want the winner of the East and the West.
Yeah.
Okay, the winner of the East. Oh, God. That's tough. Winner of the East, I would call. That's New York.
Rangers?
Rangers.
And of the West?
Oh, this is really painful, but Vancouver.
Vancouver?
Yeah.
You think they got enough there?
I think if you were going to ask me what two teams could win the Cup, Vancouver and LA. But
Okay.
but I mean, it's a wash between LA and Vancouver to win the West. It's a wash because I believe they'll be facing each other in the Western Conference Finals, and whoever wins that, you know what? I'm going to say Cup LA again. I think they're going to
win the Cup.
They're going to be the first team to repeat because they have all the pieces. Nothing's moved. Same coach, same everything, and 48 games. The Stanley.
Could you imagine if they continue their hot streak from the playoffs? Oh my God!
You know what?
Watch out.
I actually like the LA Kings because they have a lot of great players on that team, and I love Dustin Brown. I love Jeff Carter. I love.
Mike Richards.
No, what's that
Dustin
bum?
Penner.
Dustin Penner, that bum. Yeah, Dustin Penner. I even like him. So, I don't know. The team played amazing to get the Cup, and I think that they have a great chance to get the Cup again.
Out of the East, I'm going Philadelphia.
They don't have goaltending. That's why I didn't pick them. I was going to. That's why it was taking me a while.
I think Briz bounces back. They got 9 really good starting forwards.
I've been hearing they're thinking of buying him out in the summer. Can you imagine that? They buy him out. Did you know technically that means they can't re-sign him?
That would make sense.
Yeah, that is the rule now.
Yeah.
So if you buy a player out, you cannot re-sign them ever again. So that means the Leafs can go to Briz and say, "We'll offer you $5 a year for like 5 years."
So I got Philly, and take a guess who I got out of the West. Kind of an underdog.
Kind of an underdog? Minnesota.
Good guess, but not really.
Okay, I got one more guess.
Okay.
Well, only one more guess.
Okay.
But I think I was going to pick that, but that's why I decided on Minnesota. Not Minnesota. What was that other team? I'm trying to think.
They're an underdog. They might not even make the playoffs.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to. I was going to say.
I love the Edmonton Oilers.
I was going to say Edmonton. Honestly, they have a good chance because they have the upper hand by having 3 of their best players in the AHL all season so far.
Maybe four of their best players.
Exactly.
And Yakupov playing World Juniors and KHL.
I hate Yakupov. Don't talk about him.
But
you can have your playoffs as long as Yakupov is injured forever.
I love the Oilers this year. I think if Devin Dubnyk can just put it together for that team,
he won the Spengler Cup. He could. Who knows?
I love him out of the West. That's my pick. Now,
do they need another goaltender? Would you trade?
I'm picking Edmonton over Philadelphia. That's my Stanley.
We'll trade you Reimer for Gagne. Yes, yes, it works.
I love the depth on that team. Hemsky, Hork.
No, you never said yes yet. Reimer for Gagne. Do it. Do it.
Then we have no goaltending.
Who? You? You're an Edmonton guy. You have goaltending. What are you talking about? Reimer and Dubnyk? That is playoff.
If I want to see Edmonton win, yeah, sure. But I think I'm gonna go Edmonton over Philadelphia.
Can you imagine if they bomb it again? Oh my! What is?
There's no way. There's no way. But anyways,
we're done.
After I hope we covered everything we could in the NHL. Majority was Toronto Maple Leafs.
We're going to be talking again next week because this season's going to be the training camp's going to be going on.
It was a long 3 weeks, and we're happy to be back.
Yeah, this is technically our holiday show, I guess.
Well, it was the R.E. Dickey one, but
the R.E. Dickey.
We had the R.E. Dickey episode.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's ironically on the screen in front of us.
Yeah, he's talking to us right now, but
you should buy a lot of things. But anyways. Thank you for joining us. This is BluLunch. I'm Drew. He's Jay.
I'm Jay.
Thank you.